Bonjour à tous. Hello, everyone. Okay. Today we're gonna study a topic in French called indefinite articles. Les articles indéfinis. So what is that? Let's get started. Indefinite articles. So for example, in English, there is a boy. These are cars. Okay. So generally we use a, right? A boy, an orange, an umbrella, a bottle. Okay, so this um, a in English is called article. Okay, so there's an indefinite article. We don't know which boy. We don't know which bottle. We don't know which orange, right? And in this example, these are cars. We don't know which cars, but we're just introducing this topic now, right? Otherwise, we would say the cars, that boy, or the boy, right? If we knew which boy we were talking about, or the orange, right? So articles that are used to introduce a noun are called indefinite articles. Okay? In French, there's three of them. So there's un, une, des. Okay? Based on the grammatical gender of the noun, we would use un or une. And for plural, we use des. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So singular, plural. Okay, so one object, I'm gonna say un or une. And if there's many objects, it's gonna be des. Okay, even for masculine, even for feminine. Okay, so if it's, for example, a book in French is un livre. So the plural will be des livres. Okay, des livres means books. Okay, not the books. I'm just saying books. It can mean some books. Okay, some books. So a book, some books. Now let's take a feminine noun, car. Okay, so in French that's une voiture. Une voiture. So if you want to say some cars, that's going to be des voitures. Student, étudiant. Un étudiant, des étudiants. Des étudiants. Okay. See what I did in this case. So des étudiants, I'm doing a liaison, which is why I'm pronouncing the S. Okay? Des étudiants. So here are some examples. C'est un stylo. This is a pen. Okay? Ce sont des stylos. These are some pens, or these are pens. C'est une voiture. Ce sont des voitures. This is a car. These are cars. Okay? Now, time for exercise. So, complete the sentences using indefinite articles. So, un, une, or des. For this, you would have to know the gender of the nouns, but in this case, it's going to be slightly easier because, as you can see, I've put a lot of plural ones, so that's a hint. Okay. Sentence one, c'est dash park. Sorry, I just changed my accent. C'est dash park. Okay. C'est un parc. Okay, because park is masculine. Un parc. Ce sont dash livres. So livre is masculine, and here we have a plural. Okay, since we are adding the s, so it's going to be ce sont des livres. Ce sont dash chats. Okay, chat means cat. So un chat des chats. So, ce sont des chats. C'est dash cahier. Cahier is a notebook. Okay, so c'est un cahier. Okay, c'est un cahier. Ce sont dash sacs. Sac is also masculine. So, ce sont des sacs. Let me give feminine example. Okay. C'est dash table. Okay. C'est une table. This is a table. Um, what else? Oh, yes, here. C'est dash bouteille. This is a bottle. So, c'est une bouteille. Now, if I want to make it plural, it's going to be ce sont des bouteilles. Let's say I have two bottles, right? Ce sont des bouteilles. Okay. Or let me take another object here. C'est une tasse. Okay, this is a cup, coffee cup. C'est une tasse. Okay, so those were some of the examples. I feel that you must be confident by now in using un, une, and des. Okay, recap. Un is used for masculine objects. Une is used for feminine objects, and des is used for plural. Okay, even for masculine objects, even for feminine objects. Okay, un and une is for singular. So when you have one of that object, one cup, right? Une tasse, one table, une table, one bottle, une bouteille. Okay, and masculine examples, one book, un livre. So when I'm saying one, I'm also referring to a. So a book, a bottle, a car, a cup, right? A laptop, un ordinateur. Okay? Whenever it's plural, if you want to say some laptops, des ordinateurs. Some cups, des tasses. Some bottles, des bouteilles. Okay? So that was indefinite articles. So here's an example, or here's an exercise with to identify the indefinite article. It's pretty simple, I guess, based on the lesson that we've just covered. So first sentence, c'est une école. This is a school. C'est une école. C'est une école. Une. Okay? C'est une école. Ce sont des livres. These are books. Ce sont des livres. Okay? Des. Il y a des crayons et un cahier dans le sac brun. Il y a des crayons et un cahier dans le sac brun. Okay. Sorry, I apologize. Here, we're not doing a liaison. Okay. After a, we're not doing a liaison. So it's always gonna be a, not it. Okay. A. Il y a des crayons et un cahier dans le sac brun. So here, there's des, un. What about le? No. So if you've already studied some more French, you probably know that le is also an article, but it's a article défini. It's a definite article because we're saying there are pencils and a notebook. So there are some pencils and a notebook in the brown bag. Okay, here we're saying the brown bag. We know which bag we're talking about. So in this case, it's des and un. C'est un Indien. C'est un Indien. Okay, this is an Indian or this is an Indian person. So, oh, des étudiants sont dans le parc. Some students are in the park. Okay, so des étudiants. And again, we know which park we're talking about, but we don't know which students we're talking about. So that's why des étudiants sont dans le parc. Okay, simple way to know whether it's going to be un, une, or des. Okay, indefinite articles is would you use a or some in English in that same place? Then you would probably use un, une, des. If you were using the, okay, the in English, then it's probably gonna be le, la, les, or L apostrophe. Okay, we'll study that later. That's called definite articles, les articles définis, and these are called indefinite articles, les articles indéfinis. So that's all. Take care, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Au revoir.